Welcome to the Sun Island.
Welcome to the Sun Island. Today we have a very special guest, Jaleel. He owns the 11 Construction Group and also 11 Power Wash, right?
Yes.
Welcome, man.
Thank you.
Just give us a little bit more introduction about yourself.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me, Sheldon, again. And I'm Jaleel, 21 years old. I own a exterior cleaning business and a general contracting business in Pearland or Houston, Texas. Specializing in exterior cleaning, pressure washing, window cleaning, things like that, soft washing. And then when it comes to 11 construction, we do pretty much everything. General contracting and a handyman service. We have a handyman specializes in that. So like they say, no job is too small, no job is too big.
Got you,
Yeah.
man. Got you.
Yeah.
But 21, huh?
Yeah,
It's
21.
pretty young, though.
Yeah, I look bigger, but yeah.
Yeah. So you got into this space. What made you want to get into the construction field?
Yeah. So I always liked construction in general, building and stuff like that. And I thought I would have to get into it little by little because I don't have any like background in it and any like relatives in it or something like that. So I started with pressure washing and slowly got to know people here and there, like contractors and builders and things like that. Started working with them in the cleaning, in the exterior cleaning side, and learned a little by little, and then took off.
Go from there. That's
Exactly,
pretty neat.
exactly,
That's
yeah.
pretty neat. So I wanted to kind of back up a little bit more, man. Can I get a little bit more ground level as far as your roots?
Yeah.
Where's home for you, man?
Okay, home is Palestine, Bethlehem, Palestine. I moved to the States about 5 years ago, and I lived there most of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you came here as a teenager?
Yes,
What was
high
that?
school.
What was that transition?
It
like,
was,
man?
well, it was a huge transition,
It was a
honestly,
huge transition.
especially in high school and stuff. Like schools are different, so when I went to high school, it was totally different.
And so when you came here, you were already fluent in English, stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to speak
That's good.
English. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good. That's pretty neat.
yeah.
They say immigrants get the job done, right?
Yes, we do.
What's your biggest motivation?
We come to the States with dreams and passion and goals we need to achieve. And as soon as we step in, we put the work in. Yeah.
What are some of the avenues you've gone to kind of build out your business as far as, because you said you started with the power washing and then you kind of meet contractors and stuff like that. Do you have a certain type of way you go about it, or you're just friendly? How do you go about
Exactly.
building out your team?
Yeah. So I like to talk to customers. When I arrived at the customer's house, doing whatever needed, like let's say pressure washing, I get to meet the customer and talk a little bit. What do you do? Things like that. Just words just start coming, and and I ask him if I can help him with, let's say, I met a builder last year. He builds office buildings in Houston. Great guy. Learned a lot from him. And, I asked him, how can I help him? His buildings obviously need window cleaning. Now we do the windows, exterior windows, pressure washing the entrance, things like that. And little by little, I ask questions.
Yeah. So you basically go around asking, how can I add value?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then you kind of segue from there.
Yeah.
For somebody who is in this space, and where do you see yourself like progressing?
Yeah. So I've always wanted to be a builder. So that's where I'm going. And we take it step by step. Hopefully this year I'll flip a house.
You flip a house. Okay,
Hopefully,
nice.
yeah, I'm working on it. So the goal is to, oh, the goal this year is to flip a house at least,
So you're trying to
just
get
to learn a
into,
little bit,
yeah.
and then purchase land.
So you're just trying to flip. You're
Yeah.
not trying to fix it up and hold it. You're just flipping them.
No, yeah, just flip it. Because, like I said, I need to. I like to build.
You like to build. Yeah.
I'll definitely enjoy that more.
So how long now you've been doing in business? How long?
So pressure washing, window cleaning, about 3 years now, and the construction is 1 year.
1 year.
About
Okay.
1 year.
For both of those, what are some of your biggest challenges you've come across so far?
Yeah. Well, in the construction or general contracting, there's a lot to learn. A lot of different like aspects and problems that happens and things that you have to keep in mind when estimating the job and doing the job.
Estimation.
Things like that. So this is the hardest for me and what I'm learning the most now. I ask, like I said, I ask my friends in construction and contractors and things like that. They do help me. But yeah, that's the hardest, I believe.
Yeah, that's actually what I studied in school. Industrial technology.
Yeah.
It's construction management. That's where I got my degree. I've never worked in it.
Yeah.
I've always sold since I got out of college.
Yeah.
University. But clearly, I'm fascinated by it with the different systems of a building. But one of my classes that I enjoyed the most was estimating. Because I kind of
I should take
figured,
that. I studied accounting, by the way. I studied accounting.
That's good. That's awesome. That's awesome. So the estimating, it was just pretty neat how they were able to figure out all the linear feet, how much things that they need for everything. So do you guys use any specific software for that, or you kind of just wing it?
No, I have software for to send the estimates and invoices and like reminders and calendars and things like that to just organize the paperwork. Let's say I don't have paperwork, honestly. It's all on the computer. But
so right
just
now,
to do that.
Is it you and a couple of folks, or is it just you for the most part?
So pressure washing, me and one other guy, and then the construction. I don't work.
You run the business.
Yeah, I don't do anything pretty much, but
well, you do a lot.
I enjoy my time
business
with the handyman though. Fixing little stuff in houses and things like that. Yeah, but I don't do something big.
Acquiring talent though. How do you find the people because to get somebody up on a roof, a 3-story roof, and or to have them cleaning window, you'd have to find somebody with the talent.
No, it's not easy.
How do you go about finding the right employees?
I just feel it. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
I just feel the person. I like to work with trustworthy people. If they say something, they do it. Let's say we'll finish the job in 1 week. They finish it in 1 week. Neat job, clean work. We don't leave mess around us. I make sure that the place is cleaned every day. That's when it comes to like general contracting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pressure washing and window cleaning. I mean, it's cleaning, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, different people look at success differently. At 21-year-old, you're already running a power washing business, and you're getting your construction business going as well.
Yeah.
Most folks at your age, they're deciding college, right?
Yeah.
What does success look like to you?
The ability to achieve goals and freedom, I believe. Freedom is what I'm looking for.
When you say freedom, what do you mean? What type of freedom?
Just being able to do whatever you want. Under the law, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
I get it.
Yeah,
that's not even questionable. I get it. But the thing is, again, I'm not keep going back to your age or anything like that, man. But that's a mindset.
Yeah.
Like freedom is a mindset, right?
Yeah.
Some people live forever in bondage mentally.
Yeah.
And here you are, already seeking freedom. Where do you think you get that mindset from to be vigilant about seeking freedom?
I think maybe social media plays a good part in that because we
Interesting.
watch those big entrepreneurs and business people and listen to them podcasts, for example. So maybe that helps. I don't know. It's a
That's
tough question.
interesting.
I'm
That's
sorry.
interesting because again, social media is an
It
amazing
is, yeah,
tool.
yeah,
And I, for myself, I love, I like the idea of being able to connect, but I don't want to connect just to connect. I want to connect with a purpose, right?
to help, yeah.
To help. For you, it seemed like you observed social media and then it influenced you
Yeah,
in the
yes,
right
yes. In a
way.
good way, in a
In a
good way.
great
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, what are some of the characteristics that you would say of a person that's considered a good mentor? If you're gonna
Yeah.
say you're online right now,
Yes, yes, yes.
another young
Yeah.
budding entrepreneur like yourself, going out there online and looking for
Yeah.
inspiration, what would you look for that would say this is a person I should pay attention
And
to?
listen to,
Yeah,
yeah.
listen to.
Well, definitely experience.
Experience.
I don't like to listen to the young guys. Uh, it's just like I don't think they have enough experience. Um, I listen to people that has been in business for like many, many years. Let's say a person like Tillman Fertitta, hospitality business, just unbelievable. He's a school by himself.
And yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Well,
It's a
hopefully
Texan
I'll meet him
native,
one
right?
day. People in construction. I follow a few real estate. Grant.
Yeah.
Everybody does. And yeah, things like that. Just experience.
Yeah.
And
Like
I
rent,
like people that
rent where you live.
yeah, and I like people who
Own where you rent. Yeah. I
exactly.
consumed a lot of Grant myself.
Yeah. So people who say it as it is, not people who are trying to sell a course or something.
Got you. So
There's a difference
they
in
have
that.
to see in
Yeah.
proven record,
Yeah, yeah.
proven results, and then that would
Exactly.
And then this question actually piggyback off that. So there's one thing with a mentor, right? But now when they become someone to lead,
Mm.
what would you say distinguish just a regular mentor from somebody who is a genuine leader in the space?
Okay.
What's the difference for you?
A leader definitely helps his people or like his group to achieve a certain goal, maybe. So, and a mentor is a person who just, I don't want to say tell you what to do, but give you his experience and you go by yourself.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that breaks it down pretty clear, and it's very interesting how you led with as I mentioned earlier with social media. It can be a phenomenal tool, but some folks use it for wasting time,
Yeah.
right?
Scrolling definitely wastes time.
Scrolling, right? How So let's look at this. It is a distraction, right? For devices with the different apps and the YouTube, the Facebook, all of those, right?
Yes.
As a business owner, how do you manage your time not to be, aimlessly scrolling or doing other things, but actually being productive? How do you manage your time?
Well, honestly, I just, I just get busy and just forget about it. It doesn't come up to my mind, just like Instagram and Facebook or like whatever social media platform, just they don't come up during the day. They do at night. They definitely do at night. But we like, like I mentioned before, I do like to use social media for business as well.
That's how we connect, right?
Exactly.
On Next Door.
Yes, that's how we did.
Okay,
And
so I just posted on Nextdoor, and you found the post, right?
Yes.
And for me, Nextdoor is something that I've just started posting on, right? Because I'm like, I'm already on YouTube. Might as well just be very open with what I'm doing and who I am, right? you mentioned earlier as well, just being a business owner and everything like that. If there's one lesson that you've learned so far, the biggest lesson that you've learned so far as being an entrepreneur, what would you say that is?
Patience.
Expound for me, please.
Patience. Nothing is easy. It doesn't come fast. It takes time. And just patience, customer experience. From the first call, that's very important to me. Not just customer service, experience. Like when they first call us, like 11 Power Wash, this is Julian, how can I help you? Things like that.
What are some of the stuff you do to ensure that they have that?
Yeah.
Because I was training my group of guys earlier today, and I was letting them know that is key. Like
it is,
the customer experience. That's what you mean when you say experience. The customer experience is key. Expound a little bit more.
So customers have a lot of options when it comes to choosing a company to work with, and the little things makes a difference. So let's say somebody calls us, and obviously I answer the calls for asking for pressure washing. Let's say some companies might say hello. Comes to me, I say 11 Power Wash, this is Julian or Jaleel, how can I help you? Or
smallest thing you used to.
The software system I have in place for quoting, like how I figure out the price based on the square footage. Let's say people get the quote, their name, address, phone number, email on it. If they like it, they sign it electronically, and then we send them the appointment confirmation, and then the invoice, and then another email to just let us know how we did, how can we improve our.
It's a
just
whole
things
system.
like that. Yeah. If we miss a spot while, let's say, doing a driveway cleaning, definitely go back for it. It doesn't matter if you're 10 minutes or 1 hour away, because things happen. Sometimes we miss things, and we definitely go back and get it done. Make sure all is good.
Have you ever had a customer that no matter what you did, they were just being mad, and how did you handle it?
Full refund. I actually did.
Full refund.
Yeah,
no matter what you did, they were just still mad.
Yeah.
Was it a power wash job or?
Yes, it was. It was. Yeah.
You told me earlier that you have customers that reach out to you to get their roof washed before they put solar on.
Yeah. So we do roof cleaning. We clean the those black streaks and stuff on roofs. This is a service that we have that is, I think, very important for houses. But yeah, I got it twice, because like I said, I like to talk to the customer, and they told me that we're installing solars next week or something, and we're just trying to get it clean.
You know what you could probably add to that? Those little critter guards. Critter, like some mesh guards that they put around the solar, because depending on where the solar is.
Yes, for birds and stuff.
Birds or even possum or different stuff get up under there, and they'll chew up they'll bit the wiring.
The wirings and stuff.
Yeah, so if you could add that to your service, that would be.
Thank you.
That would be.
Thanks for letting me know.
I won't charge you extra for it, okay? But
I'll give you a cut. I'll keep you a cut.
Yeah, that would be if you're already up on the roof, and it's a good upsell.
It's a good upsell.
It's a good upsell. They want you to clean the.
Well, solar cleaning has always been an upsell.
Because
I feel like people just don't know about it, maybe. Or it just doesn't come up to their mind.
It doesn't. Yeah.
But rain, I don't think that rain cleans it. Honestly, you need to brush it. I think. I don't know.
Yeah. So
better.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So whenever the panel, it's the light that really creates the photo, the photovoltaic. Right? Photo. That's what they call them, photovoltaic cells, right? Okay. So they really generate the electricity from light, right? clearly, if they're crystal clean, it is going to produce more.
More. Yeah.
But in a state, for example, like Texas, they don't necessarily need cleaning as often. In a state like, say, probably California or maybe Arizona, where there's more dust and stuff like
Okay.
that,
Okay.
it's more of a problem as far as drop in production and stuff like that. Here, it's like a nice, something nice to have to say, okay, my panels just look brand new, right?
Yes.
And it's not that expensive to clean. But the key that you mentioned is, what I was letting you know is a lot of folks were already up there on the roof cleaning the panels. They are doing those critter guards to keep possum or whatever
Yes,
from
I've seen them before. Yeah. Well, that's a good idea. Well, thank you.
for sure. Who coming up, right? Who in your life was one of your your first type of inspiration, or who you looked up to?
Yeah. Well, my father definitely helps me in work sometimes, and just
Is he here or
ideas.
is back?
No,
in
he's here.
Palestine?
He's here.
He's
we
here.
moved.
Okay,
We moved
cool.
with. I moved with my family.
The whole family.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah,
Is he a business owner as well?
used to be back home. But he's working on it now.
So that actually reminds me
It's-
to ask you a question that I was thinking of. Go ahead. He
He's
used to be, what type of business did he run?
he in tourism and stuff like that,
Tourism?
and cars. And,
Okay.
But he maybe his English is not good enough. Maybe something like that. I don't know.
No, I get it. So so he works no regular like a regular
Yes,
job?
yes, and he helps us sometimes here and there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So for you, most people will become a business owner, right? For me, what made me eventually become a business owner, I have big whys, and growing up I didn't have much as far as
Yeah.
electricity. We used to bridge light.
Mm.
And now I get to provide affordable electricity,
Mhm.
right, to homeowners using renewable energy. So I have a huge why, but it was a series of events that led me to want
Yes.
to actually own a business.
Yes,
right?
yes.
What are those series of events that led for you to say, hey, I mean, this is it?
Mm.
Because once you go
Yeah.
owning a business, you're unemployable.
Yes, yes. You're right.
Does that make sense? What I'm trying
It
to
does.
say?
Yeah, you can't go
You
back.
can't. You
can't.
cannot. You're unemployable. So
Um,
what are those series of events that kind of led you to
Yeah.
wanting to do this?
Well, I've always, since I was in school, I always knew that when you're an employee, you have a roof above you that you can't
A roof, okay, like
go.
a glass ceiling.
Yeah, you can't go like beyond, and when you do it by yourself, there's no roof. There's no limits.
Here we go. Go back to that freedom.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal, man? You have a favorite animal? Let's know it's a weird question, but you don't.
I don't think so.
So like you're an eagle, bro. Like you love to fly. He's like, do not trap me. I got there's a funny movie with the guys that let me fly.
Yeah,
Like, you
but
wanna
I've
be-
always maybe. And also maybe
I like
always-
turtles.
Yeah. Oh.
The company mascot is a don't.
Yeah.
I mean, because they endure, and I want Sun Island to be around for generations.
Yeah, I definitely will.
If you should pick a mascot for
with
your
leaders.
company, what would it be? Like an animal mascot, what would it be?
Because let's say pressure washing with water, it has to be shark, maybe. I don't know.
Shark.
A dolphin. I don't know.
That's-
Something has to do with water.
You're a straight up predator, dude. That's awesome. In the best way. You know what I mean. Like, you got prey, you got predator
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
best possible way. I don't want anybody to take my thing out context.
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about it because some
Yeah.
people make this like
You're a
like-
hunter. You're a hunter. That's what I meant when I say you're
Yeah.
a hunter.
Yeah.
You have hunters. You have gatherers. You're a hunter.
I would say 100 more. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But I've thought about making like some companies have like an animal on their logo, or
Yeah.
you know,
We have
You
a
know what I
pretty-
mean.
Yeah, we have a pretty little cool turtle under a
Yeah.
palm tree.
Oh, you do? I
I
didn't.
do.
I
Yeah,
didn't
we
know
have a
that.
turtle and a palm tree. That's like our
No, I don't.
secondary logo.
I thought about it, but I didn't do it.
Mm,
Unfortunately, yeah.
mm.
But
So yeah, so just seeking freedom was something that you've always
yeah.
wanted,
Yes.
right?
Maybe because we were occupied back home. Maybe.
Mm. I see.
It's not easy to move, so
Oh
maybe
well,
now
that
when doors are
the
open, now
door
we
is
can do.
open. You just
Yeah,
let me roam. Let me roam.
Let
You,
me
you don't want to
fly.
be. You don't want to be kept
Yeah,
in anywhere where you
yeah.
cannot move about. Right.
Yes.
What's your experience like so far? Like just being in the States, having the ability to move around.
Yeah.
How do you like it? What are some of the
Well,
pros? What are some of the cons? How do you like in the States so
it's a
far?
blessing, definitely. I mean, it's just great to be able to because you can do whatever you like. You can be whatever you want to be in America.
Oh man, it's
It's like
amazing.
if you set a goal, you can definitely reach it.
It's
The tools are there.
amazing.
The tools are ready for you to pick up and work.
And with what we were saying with social media,
Well,
mentorship is there for
yeah,
days,
yeah.
man. If you want to figure something out, you just got to go YouTube
Definitely.
it
Yeah,
and find a
yeah.
mentor and learn and
Oh yeah,
grow.
definitely. I use Google and YouTube for help a
I
lot.
tell you what, I tell you what. I don't think a lot of people hear this story, but I had a truck, right? I have a truck, and for a very long time,
Yeah.
a car hauler. For a very long time, I ate like a big like 7 car hauler, like a
Okay.
big truck,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And for a very long time, I couldn't find a driver, man. It's so hard to find drivers. I use YouTube to go figure out how to do the test, the driver test.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
passed the driver's test. After that, I use YouTube to figure out how to back up big trucks. Like, I mean, dualies back way on like those thing, like the car haulers, right?
Yeah.
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 I
I know what
use
you're talking about.
YouTube to figure that out, dude. Like I promise you. And I use my own personal truck.
It's your personal truck, but
Yeah,
you
so
don't drive.
like if you're willing
You
to
can
learn,
Yeah.
you can learn. And I made trips. I personally got in that thing and drove to Florida a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all from YouTube. And
Wow.
no, I didn't get into one accident. I didn't miss anything.
Thank
else.
God. Thank God. Yeah.
I got my license. I did everything like all from YouTube. I
That's
don't know
awesome.
if that's
That's awesome. Yeah.
yeah, but that's the
Well-
spirit of a business owner, man. You got to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah. Well, first, YouTube was a huge thing for me when I decided to go with like pressure washing and things like that. Because you get there's like a lot of chemicals, and you need to learn which chemicals which and how much to mix this. It's a mess.
You got to use some of the.
But I definitely learned a lot from there, especially like, and also like what equipment, what's the best equipment, what tools that will help you, and things like that. For sure, how to sell jobs,
Sales.
how to talk to people, yeah, things like that.
Okay, so like, what are some of the stuff you've learned about sales so far? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I don't know. That's hard. Maybe I did learn.
What do you think is the number one trait of a great salesman? What do you think? I'm not trying to.
Well, I'm
put you
not
on the
great
spot.
salesman.
I get it. But what do you think is the number one trait?
Maybe
The ability to listen.
okay, yeah.
In my opinion,
that's right.
and
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
That does make
And I
sense,
think
yeah.
very close after that, the
Yeah.
ability to ask great questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although that's definitely true.
Listen and ask a lot of
Like
questions.
I feel like people buy things with like, I don't know how to say it, but like with feelings, and if they feel, they have to feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I try to do.
And then run closely behind that is that you just have to be very personable.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's a book called How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Okay.
And you say people start liking you when they talk more about themselves, right? So
When you
just-
listen to them.
when you listen to them,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you say like they feel
Okay.
right? They,
Okay.
they sometimes they can't even
Yeah.
express why they want to purchase it from you.
Yes.
They just
Yes.
feel it, right? So they can't really explain why.
Yeah.
So they feel.
They trust you as a
They trust you.
as a person or as a company as well.
And as a company, especially if you're being like a professional, you do what you say, you mean what you
Yes. Yes.
say, and you
Definitely.
treat
Definitely.
everybody, fair.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So this is a great medium that we bring small businesses together. Um, you've mentioned that you get a lot of your influence from social media, stuff like that. Um, use this opportunity to find more avenues like this, because as a young coming
Yeah.
entrepreneur like yourself, having the ability to get exposure, that's key, right?
Yes. Yes.
How do you market right now to get
Okay.
that exposure?
So mostly online. So definitely social media.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is big when it
Mm.
comes to service,
Mm-hmm.
the service business and or the home service business. I think that people just while people are scrolling, they see something and
So you pay for ads, or do you go?
yeah, oh
Okay.
yeah, for sure. They see like a before and after picture and they say, yeah, I think my house or my drive, yeah, I think we need this.
Yeah.
So social media, Google. Um, I have a magazine because we're in Pearland and I have
Mm-hmm.
Pearland's Best.
Mm-hmm.
They're great actually. So you've been asking me questions. Now it's my turn.
For
Yeah.
sure. Go ahead.
For a young guy in business, what do you advise me? Just in general.
Never give up.
Hmm.
Never quit.
Awesome.
That's it.
Awesome, man.
No matter what happens, just never stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Push your very hardest to overcome any obstacles,
Hmm.
because they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
And once you're good at overcoming obstacles,
It just goes. Yeah.
you,
It flows.
everything flows
Yeah.
into place.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
thanks again for having me on here.
but yeah,
Sheldon,
it
thank you.
was an absolute pleasure bringing you on. It was great for us to kind of connect,
Yeah.
talk about some stuff, and I wish you all the best
Thank you.
in your business,
I'll do the
man.
same.
And
Thank you.
you're gonna do great. So
I
keep
appreciate it.
working.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you.
one love, man.
Thank you. Thank
Cool.
you.
Take it easy.